Well, hello everyone. This is Will at K-Mac Vintage. How's everyone doing today? Um, I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but today is what? Today is Sunday, December 7th. It's about 6:15 p.m. now. Here in Cayman, a nice time of year to be down here. It's not so hot anymore. How y'all like my Lisa sitting back there, huh? Look at that. Look at that machine sitting right there. It's complete. It's working. Even the profile up on top is working. Matter of fact, I fixed five of them actually. Um, Sitting on that same bench there, there's another set of boards. Well, there's a power supply, another set of boards right there. Those are to go to someone. Then over here behind me, right? Oh, let me see. Yeah, you can see them right in front of my right there. And there's another set. That's mine. I have another set in the box down below, so back there, and on my racking over here is another set of boards to go to Scott. So three of them are mine that I fixed, and two are for other people. And since then, I have about four more sets that are on the way to me for me to fix for other people. Let me bring this monitor down a little bit so that the camera also comes down. Ah, that's a bit better. Ay, ay, ay. Um, so I have been busy, so that's I didn't do videos on some of the stuff because I was learning. I was trying different things and that, and I don't want to make it too boring. But on my next leases, now that I'm more comfortable, I'll do the videos on those for y'all to see. And I've fixed. Let's see, what else have I done? After the leases, I went to fixing boards for people, other people that I have. I fixed a 2SI for Sophia. Second time, I fixed some things for her. So that board is already on the way to her. Um, I fixed another SE30 for, I think, who was it, Devon. That's on the way to him. I just finished fixing one for Martin. That will be mailed out tomorrow. Um, then, yeah, Martin and the other one were SE30s just to fix and get them working. Then I just finished two boards for a person in Sweden, Folk. One was an actually reloaded board for him that I did that something wasn't working right on it, and it came back to me. And it turns out to be, I need to see what's dry lips. I need to, yeah, that board came back to me and it had a bad RTC chip, which was causing a lot of problems. And it had the bad um, little Apple's version for the SE30. It's a small little PLCC like as this that controls memory addressing and so forth, and paging and so forth. Well, anyway, that was bad on it too. So I replaced those two, and now the board works fine. And he also sent me a 2CX that was giving a lot of trouble. I finally figured out what that was and fixed that for him. Took me about 2 days to solve that problem because that one was um, yeah, it was something underneath the cap. Now I did not recap it; it came to me already recapped, and I fixed it. Well, I was trying to find why it was when I push at a certain corner on the board, it would turn on. But so I took off the caps right there by the ADB port, and yes, there was a crack down there. So I fixed that and put it back. Then I also had a 2CI power supply for him, and that one was really kicking my arse. And After problem solving, found out that this little Schotsky diode rectifier, whatever, was bad. Switched it and it started working. So luckily, I was able to find something compatible with this because this exact one is not made anymore. It's not available, but there are other versions of it that do the same thing. So I found an old power supply, not a CI, but like an 8500 power supply that someone gave me for parts, and it had another version of this in it, and basically the same numbering. It was still an SE16C, so I put that in there and it works. So that's good. Now I have some more of these on order, so I can fix some more CI power supplies if they have the same problem. It seems that happens quite a bit. But anyway, what is this video about? This one, um, What am I doing? This is a SE30 board I have for a person by the name of Sam, and he wants it reloaded because it does have quite a bit of damage on it. Let's see if my camera stuff is working. Yes. So anyway, so this is the board here. There's a lot of damage back here, so I'm not gonna zoom into it, but he'll like for it to be reloaded, and as I enjoy doing the reloads and I can do them pretty quick, we're gonna go ahead and start stripping things off of this board and um, moving them over to the new one. But we're gonna take off things first, so let's just start doing that. I know this is one of my most common videos, but after this, I have Sam, the same person, sent me his SE30 analog board and the power supply, so I need to work on those two and get everything for him working. Then we're gonna get into some 2CI transfers and some other boards that people have sent me. I have one person sent me like 6 boards for me to work on. Um, so I'm gonna be nice and busy with that person. So I'm not really expecting any problems with this board. Most of the area that's damaged is where the capacitors are that have leaked, and apparently he did have it recap. Well, he did recap it, but it wasn't working still. That's when he decided to send it to me for me to do a reload for him. Now to go back to Lisa, um, I have a second Lisa. That's how I have 3 sets of boards that are mine, because I bought 2, and the guy sent me the 2 plus he had an extra set of boards, so he sent me everything. But I only brought one of them to Cayman. The other one is up in Florida. So I'm gonna get that one up and working too, because I already have the boards working. So it's just a matter of taking it up there and doing this stuff. I have keyboard for it. I have mouse for it. I have everything. I'm probably gonna sell that one. So because I really don't need 2 Echelisas, and I would rather someone that wants one that can afford it get one that's working. I have the keypads the key foams to fix the keyboard, so I'll do that when I go to Florida. I am going up to Florida like in February. So I'll deal with everything with the Lisa then, and hopefully have it available. So now that I said that thing about the Lisa, I have a good friend, John, point 0.5, that lives in Florida also. Be a good machine for him. So, so point 0.5, if you watch this, it could be yours. And the best thing is that I can drive it up to you, or this time you come down to me. Well, maybe better if I come up. But I want to make sure it's all working and everything first. So as you can see, I'm putting the chips on the side here, pretty much in the same order as I take them off, in the same positioning. But I have these pretty much memorized. So, but I do have a lot of other stuff sitting up in Florida too. I got people sending me more boards to fix for them and so forth. Let me get these other ones off of here. These are the 175s. These fail often. But you know, if you're not going to use serial devices or printer, then because these 26 LS30 chips are hard to get. These are the ones I'm taking off right now. Here comes my dog Lilo for he's telling me I want my food, I want my food. Still too early for your food, Lilo. I still got some work I want to do on my Lisa there. I want to get the Sun Marketing hard drive that I have for it working. That can go inside. It still has to connect through the case to go out the back to connect to the parallel port in the back. But at least then I don't need that profile on top of it. You can have an internal hard drive. Um, I have a second profile drive, but it had a bad hard drive. Not hard drive, but underneath the hard drive, there's a proprietary controller board for Apple. Um, I'll show you in a minute because I actually had to fix mine. Well, one of my profiles, that board was damaged. So I bought a second profile, and that's how I found out that the board was bad. I have four actually new NOS ST506 hard drives. I used one so far. I still have three. And with the Alex the Cat ESP profile in diagnostic mode, you can use it to problem solve and format a profile hard drive, do a low level format, get it all ready. That's what I had to do with the one that's sitting on my Lisa now. I had to do all that stuff with it. But it's working, it's good. In February, I might be doing setting up some old apples in the Cayman Mac store down here. I don't know. I'm trying to do something with them. If not with them, then in another computer store that sells a lot of electronics. And they sell all Apple products and Android products also. So Just about done getting all of these main chips that I want to get off right now. Still got the glue and the FPU to take off. I also have the AMS for my A1 printer on the way to me. They had a great Black Friday sale, and oh my god, I bought like 30 different rolls of filament. All that stuff is on the way to me. Can't wait to try the AMS. Okay, that one is loose. Hold on here, I gotta do one thing. I need to send someone a URL that they're looking for my website here. Alright, someone wants to send me another SE30 transfer. They will need to know where to go on my website to do it. Alright, so now this is the last chip I'm going to take off for now. But then I have plenty off that I can start. Mm. Most of these chips look pretty good condition, so alright. Just like that, I've stripped, how long? 20 minutes. And I spent quite a bit of time talking about things before I started, so less than that, 15 minutes, I got all of these off. Okay, yes, I still got the RTC, the two memory chips here for video RAM, the two Sony chips to take off. These here, I got to do a different way. Processor, I'll do later. I do that from the underside and with my hot air also, but with a solder sucker. Fuses will be new. Oh, I need this one diode. Crystal, I'll take off. This one too. This one too. But I won't use hot air for that because a lot of times when you put hot air on that, you kill them, especially these smaller ones. So capacitors, I'll probably take those off and reuse them. Let me see if I can take them off, and because a lot of times they get toasty, their color change. I'll do those with the soldering iron. I won't do that with hot air, but then the color will not change. But I'll take those off later. So anyway, and so those are there. This is the new board, black one. This is version 5. I'm waiting for him to release version 6, which has a change on it that my team asked for him to do. But I don't know when he's going to release that. I really need that board. But it's okay. I have some of these I need to finish getting rid of. But we'll see what that goes. Anyway, let me go feed my doggy here, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, I've come back. Dog is eating. I took the chance to go to the restroom. So I'm going to turn on my soldering iron now and get my flux out already. Which one am I using today? This is the SE30 V3 tacky flux. Okay, so basically, okay. I could drag them, but I'm going to do the dragging now, so you'll see. Okay. All right, the first two chips are down. That's it. That quick. All right, let me put down flux because I'm going to put down quite a few right now. I'll put down 9 chips. Probably my daughter because I sent her a message. Nine, 10, 11. You want to see what chips I'm going to put down? Let me switch cameras here. And you'll see. Okay, I'm going to throw down all of these right now. This is why you see me putting them down on my bench in a certain order, because then I can just pick them up right in the same order and put them back on. After these, I'll do those small diodes and the transistors. Yeah, that's her. Okay, so let's keep on going. Now I'm gonna solder one side of all of these. Then I'll come back and I can drag solder the other side much quicker. And just like that, already 6 are tacked down. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 13. Okay, so now we're gonna just, I'm gonna turn this board around like this, and we just start dragging each one of these. So Sam, if you happen to watch this video, this is your board, the starting of it. Your old board is already, well, let's just say, not salvageable anymore. Aha, looks like Lilo finished eating because he just walked in here. Okay, all of those are on. Okay, now I got these little diodes I want to do. Well, that's a transistor. I got two diodes up here. And down here I got two more transistors. So we're gonna throw those on here before I lose them because they're so small. And the thing is that if you get these mixed up, although I can tell the difference now, I can sort it back out. Okay. So let's go ahead and solder these on. I need my other tweezers for that. Where are they? There they are. Let me clean that tip. I have some new tips on the way. Also, I'm gonna put in the comments, in the description for this video, I'm gonna put my link for my wish list that I have on Amazon. Anyone wants to help out with the channel a little bit, you can order things from there. They go to the house in actually Florida, and I'll be up there in February, and I'll get them. I try to put things on there that are not too expensive, like the Kimpton napkins, soldering tips, wick. Last time I had Mark Newland, who runs Welcome to Macintosh, sent me quite a few things, and I am very appreciative. Sent me rolls of solder, Kim, the actually Kim Tech wipes, well, paper towels. Let's just call it what it is. I use those a lot. So I try to keep it with things that are commonly used, that I use a lot, that I run out of, and things that you can get easily. Okay, that's it. Those are on there. All right, now I have that row of chips that are related to the video circuitry. So we're gonna go ahead and throw all these other small little chips on there, and let's switch and you can see what I'm gonna put on. Okay, I'm gonna put on these two 175s. They go back here. Got this one voltage inverter, and then I got these 4, 5, 6, 7 chips here that are part of the video circuitry. And usually this one, that's just the 166, and the one before that, which is a 253, are the two that get bombarded the most with cap juice because of this cap that's right here. So anyway, let's go on. Let's go back to the scope view. And let's get these 175s stuck down first because they're over here by themselves. Again, we will do one side and then flip it around. Now these chips here fail quite often. Trying to clean them a little bit here. These get a lot of cap juice also because it's right in this area of the sound system, of the sound circuitry. Not this one as much, but the other one, because you see their caps right here. See the caps right there? That gets, and this 26 LS30. And the Apple Sony chip right here gets bombarded. Alright, so we did one side, let's get the other side. Now that Lidl finish getting hungry. Hunger just hit me too. Sorry, now that Lidl just finished eating. Not that he... Alright, so here we go. A 393. This one doesn't fail too often. Here's another 393. This one too usually holds up pretty well. A board has got a lot of crud on it around here. Maybe usually the chip might still be good, but remove it, clean the pads good, check underneath and for any trace damage, especially with this one, this 166. This is the one that loves to get broken traces from pads, and the one that gets the most corrosion. Not as much on that side, but more on the other side where that cap is. Okay, let's drag these quick. See, I can tell this one here a bit of, and I can smell the cap juice leakage when I'm heating this up. I'm saying that leg don't want to stick. I could tell. Okay. That's that cap juice leakage. That's why here I don't mind these legs getting some good solder on them, and even if it goes above and makes a good connection. Oh shoot, where did that chip go? I forgot about that little one. Okay, there you are. All right, found you. I forgot about him. Ooh, hunger just hit me. Okay. All right, so I have all of those small chips on. Let's get this diode put on. Then after that, I'm gonna start on these PLCs. I should have done this diode last time when I was doing the transistors and the other diode. This is the one for the SCSI. Okay, that's on. All right. Um, we've been recording for 43 minutes, so I would say about 30 minutes of real soldering time is all that we've done so far, and we've gotten this far. And that's the swim, the sound. Okay. The ADB, the 2VS, the swim, SCSI, serial. These two are for serial, the ASC. And this is that MMU type thing. Anyway, glue and FPU. So anyway, I'm gonna pause this again. I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and then I'll come back and continue working on this. We have all of those other smaller chips put on. Now it's time to put on these PLCs. So we're doing good. Be right back. All right, folks. So I've shown back up. I'm gonna continue soldering chips on this board. We are now going to do the FPU, which is this one right here. Although you won't be able to see the whole chip, but we are going to inspect the chip first to see how clean it is. Make sure there are no bridges. I'm not too worried about those because those will melt. No bridges or anything, so we're good. I'm gonna let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, you're not gonna be able to see the top, but I can, so that helps me with actually aligning it and pretty much. Oh, look at that! Got it on backwards. I was like, wait a minute, that writing doesn't look right. That's what happens when you've done so many of these. You're like, you can do it from memory. Okay, now I'm basically only looking at these two legs right now. So now I'll turn it since I got one down. I'm gonna turn it and I'm gonna come and get this side. And I'm happy with that. So now I'm pushing down on it. Okay, that's one side. I love it that Bull made these pads longer for this FPU. Now I would love to see him do it for those 3 small PLCs, the 26 LS30 and that one gal that has memory functionality. Okay, and I'm not too worried about cleaning up the board right now because I will soak it in IPA and then brush it good and then ultrasonic it before I do too much of the final work. Okay, FPU is on completely. We will now go to the glue, which is another big one that's right here. See, it's one of the other big chips. So that goes the same way, but before I do it, I want to check and make sure there aren't any bridges anywhere. There aren't any, but I don't like all these points over here. So for that, I need to put on some flux here. Since it's all going to be flux anyway, some of them back here too. Might as well do the whole chip. By getting rid of them, it helps it when it sits on the board that it's nice and flat. Again, I'm only going to focus on these two right here because then I'm going to hit the other side. So don't worry about the other ones lining up right now. If we get these two lined up, okay, I want to come back a little bit with it. Okay, right there. All right, now I'll go and do the opposite corner. Okay, and that's that. Push down. You want to do that push down to make sure the legs are touching the board and that you're soldering it all complete. Okay, here too, see, I want to push down. All right, last side of it. Okay. Glue is done. Let's do the small one. You see, this is one of the ones that the pads are so small that I would love to see the pads larger because it'll make the soldering a hell of a lot easier. All right, and how I normally do this one is I align it, you see, and then I move this up a little bit. I put on the solder, then I bring it back until these line up. Now I know that leg is down. And same thing here. I'll tilt it a little bit. I'll solder it, then I swing it back into place. And I look at the positioning of everything else so I know where I'm at. Now I'll come with my solder. And I get all the rest and I look, it looks good. Okay. I'll come and get this side. Oh, I want some more flux though. You kind of got to push the solder down in it. There. I can see it when the gold disappears, when I don't see no more of that gold color. I know the pad's got it. But oh, how much I would love it. It's a little bit crooked, but it's okay. No bridges. Cool. All right, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna start from the ADB side, which is this one. Ice cream truck is outside, driving around playing Christmas music. How many places you still hear ice cream truck driving through your neighborhood? This is actually the second truck. There was another one earlier when I was at my mom's. My mom just lives about a mile away from me. It's further back in the neighborhood. I live more at the entrance. When you go further back, the properties get a lot bigger. Trust me, she's got like 6 acres of property. Compared to my actually half acre. I'm just checking for bridges. All right, ADB 1 is done. Let's do the via. One of the two vias. Looks nice and clean. Where's your, over here. There we go. When you're doing them so much as me, you can go ahead and tack all the other sides. You're pretty good at lining them up. Okay. If you don't push the chip down, and it's happened to me before, okay, and one side gets too high, and then it becomes difficult to solder it on. It takes a lot of solder underneath it. And then you also run in a chance of getting more bridges. Okay. That looks very nice. Yep, all right, let's do the next video. All right, yeah, the bottom looks okay. These points are more flatter, so when I solder them, they will melt away. Let me try to bring this one in full view so you can see. And it might be a little bit out of focus in some corners. But you see, I know that's lined up and that looks lined up, so I'm gonna go ahead and tack those two. Okay. Then I'll come up here. Okay. So now most of that is on. I'm gonna see, this is giving me that actually height issue. See, that's why it doesn't want to solder, because I must have a high point on one leg somewhere. See that? Exactly what I was saying. Oh, you can't see too much of it. See, and when you do that, you need a lot more solder. And I have a bridge over here now. There. Okay, bridge is gone. See that chip? I should have cleaned it. I'm just checking for bridges to make sure and connectivity. Okay, that's good. Next one, swim, right here. How long are we? 1 hour and 3 minutes. And look how far along I am. Let me check this one. Yep, it's got some high points. Let's get rid of them. Okay. Bring it back in the board. Corners over here. And it goes on like this. You see when I'm not high, you see how much quicker that solders? Look at that. Boom. Done. That side is done. Done. No bridges. Okay. Swim is on. Let's go do Scuzzy. Look at that. Only 5 more PLC chips to go. Scuzzy chip. Let's see how you look. Any high points on you? Believe it or not, no. Nice. Let's get that one put on. Corner down here. And you might be wondering why I don't use sockets. I have tried so many times sockets, and most of the time they fail me. Um, just the thing is that these older chips, the sides here, or the legs, are not in the best condition. A lot of times there's corrosion on them, and then with that corrosion, then it will not make good contact with the sockets, because on those sockets, it's the sides of the legs that make contact with the pins in the socket. It's not the bottom, like when you're soldering it to a pad, like what I'm doing now. There's a bridge here I want to get rid of. Okay. All right, so I have tried sockets numerous times. but it's just a lot of times I end up taking them off because I have issues with boards. And I gotta get the board done because it's really, for someone, it's taking up time. I don't want to spend 3 days on a board that I'm only charging 175 for a transfer, because I keep my prices low so that people will do the transfers. Because if I do them too high, then they'll be like, you know what, I'll just buy another board that's already working. Or they may just give up and then dump it all, and then I'm like, I'm out of chips. Okay. SCSI is done. All right, let's do the SEC, which is the next one here. All right, let's see if the chip has any high spots. No, those will work. Okay, edges up here. All right. Okay. I think I got all sides. Yeah. Let me take a quick look to see if I got any bridges. Wow, look at this. All right. Before, no, we can do the Apple sound chip. This one. I think after I finish the PLCs, I'm gonna end this video and upload it, and because I'm getting tired. And the next step is I need to clean this board up before I continue on the next step. I don't have that many surface mount things left to put on. That's the thing, that a lot of the next things are gonna be through hole sockets and so forth. All right, that's one side. After this, just two more small little chips left. And you know what? The thing is that those two smaller ones are the ones I like to put in sockets because a lot of times they fail. But let's go solder them on. Let's see. This board wasn't that bad. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Let's do one of these 26 LS30s. Let's check it out. Good shape. Corners down here and here. Remember, this is my solder and drag. So I'll line it up. That went pretty good. Okay. Okay. All right. One more to go. The last one. I want to check that chip real good. Make sure I don't have. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, last PLC to solder. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The last side. You know what? I may do these caps before I do the cleaning. All right. Give you all a view. All right, so I have all of the main chips on. I'm gonna get the caps. I'm gonna go ahead and do those now. Give me 1 second here. Oh boy, all I got are the big black ones, but that's okay. Um, it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that other one there, I think, isn't that a 10? Yeah, that's a 10. Is it a 10 or is it a 1? I don't know why I can't remember right now what that one is. I think. Come on here. One. It's a 1. Yeah. Okay. It's a 1. I was right. Let me see if I have a strip of black ones that are open already. No. Okay. So on a black board, we're gonna put black caps. That's gonna look nice. Not gonna put on the through hole caps yet. Okay, let's go back to scope. I'm on switch. Okay. Yeah, because after this, I only have one more thing that is SMD. Then all the rest is through hole. So it's good to get this done now. Now these caps are a bit bigger. Okay, where are we here? I'm just placing them all on the board. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and solder them all on. I just want to be done with the flux. That way I can clean off this board and we move on. See, these are big. They don't give me that much room, but it's okay. This one, because it's a 1, it's a lot smaller. I have bigger ones in size, but they're not the black. I think with a black board, all black looks nice. On the other caps, I'll come back and get the other side. Okay. Now we'll come and hit the other side of each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to make sure this one is good. And 10. Okay. I got one last item that is SMD. Let me go get that, and then we'll put that on. Then I'm basically done with flux on this board. And what I need is a little crystal. I gotta get it out of my stash here of things for this machine. Uh-huh. No. Oh no. Well, yeah, I can use those fuses because I don't have much of the through holes left. All right, where are they? Oh, there they are. All right. Sorry, I do have one other thing too that is SMD that I'm going to use on this board. The 3 fuses. So we'll put those on now. Okay. The first thing I needed was this one crystal for the sound chip. And that goes right here. All right, then the other spot I'm gonna use SMD or diffuses. because I don't have much of the through hole fuses left. I need to order more. I'll come back and get the other side. Okay. Okay, folks. I think that's all I'm going to do on this board tonight. I got all of the SMD stuff done. Let me just check. Socket. That one is through hole socket. All these are sockets. That goes through socket. Yeah, all of the SMD stuff on this board is done. So if we take a look at it, um, this is how the board looks now. Let me see if I can. What do I do with that light? Well, then you can't see it too good. Anyway, yeah. So I'm bringing it down here. So all that's left. I mean, these are RAM slots. This is the ROM, the PDS, the socket. All of these are sockets. These are through hole. That's through hole. This is the power connector. Socket. All of that is sockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video, and I don't want to make it too long, an hour and a half, and that's with all the talking and everything. I got this board, I mean, more than 50% done already. All right, the rest of the stuff is very easy. Sockets are real easy to put in. So these chips are already in sockets on the old board. These I gotta take out. These also, CPU I gotta take out. ROM is already in a socket. RTC I gotta take out. So, but anyway, the board for Sam is coming along real good. Let's see how long this is gonna take before it switches. There it goes. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna call it a wrap on this video. This is part one for the SE30 rebuild for Sam. So this is the board as of right now, and this is his old board here. We can see has already quite a bit of stuff taken off. So anyway, be sure to come back and watch our part two. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And if you're not a sub to the channel, please go ahead and sub if you can, and give me a like. And as I said earlier, my actually wish list is I'll add that. That's something new that I just started doing because some people were asking me about sending some things for the channel, so I decided to do it that way. Anyway, thank you, folks, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay, and more than likely that will be tomorrow. Because tomorrow I will finish this board so I can move on. All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.